Heyo guys and gals, today we'll be talking about how manly and muscular I am, because I have no fears whatsoever. Like, any. Like, I've never had a fear in my entire life. Like, totally. Besides psycho, supernatural beings sleeping with their feet off the edge of the bed, being outside past midnight, and your mother. But like, geez, come on guys, who the heck sleeps with their feet off the edge of the bed? If you do that, you're probably a middle-aged woman who likes to go outside after midnight and can throw a sandal like a supernatural being. That makes you a psycho. That also makes you literally all of my fears, so if you tell me that you sleep with your feet off the edge of the bed, then don't expect any responses besides screaming and running away. You know, besides that joke, I don't have many fears. I mean, I really do have the psycho one, but none other than that. To be honest, my only fears are really harmful people and maggots, like, ew, they're gross, and going outside past midnight. Speaking of maggots, I actually learned in first grade that they make cakes out of them, and I just want to say, what is wrong with those people? That is the most absolutely disgusting thing I've ever heard of. But apparently they still do it because I quote from the article, it tastes good. I mean, it might, but I would never know because I'm not where they are for one, and we don't produce that here, hopefully. And second, it's gross. I wouldn't even if I had the chance to. And finally, third of all, I don't have a third of all. That's all my reasons why. But on to my next fear, going out past midnight. You might be like, wait, what? That's super dumb. Why would you be afraid of going outside? It's literally the same as day but darker. Well, let me give you my main reason. There are psychos in the dark, in the night, who would like to stuff me in their basement and feed me scraps of bananas weekly for fun. If that's not enough for you, it's also because even though the doctors say I have 20/20 vision, I cannot see in the night very well. And if I'm crawling by the trees and I see a squirrel crawl up that tree, I think I'm gonna die from a tiny baby demonic monster child thingy. There was this one time when I was in kindergarten and I had a nightmare about a massive creature that came out of my closet and would just say one thing repeatedly. Eat me. And it would just slowly start walking towards me while I would try to open the door frantically. But the door would never open. I couldn't speak, I couldn't, move. It was this thing just attempting to eat me, and I had this dream every single day for around a week. And I still hate that thing to this day. I mean, it doesn't really look scary anymore because I'm desensitized like heck, but it looked like this, a big, tall, gray monster with a spiky head and a single eyeball, 2 fingers and a slithery kind of, Snape voice. And if you were to show me a picture of this, I would instantly just die in front of you. I hate this creature with a burning passion. You might think, wow, what a wimp, he's afraid of a deformed bowling ball. Well, my friend, it's much scarier when this bowling ball is trying to eat you and you literally can't escape no matter what you do. Besides that weirdo, we can move on to my fear of sleeping with your feet off the edge of the bed. If you do this, you are a mad lad who is in fact crazy. You have no fears, and if something were to grab your feet, you would grab it back and smack it silly until it elopes back to the hole from whence it came. This is not me. If something were to grab my feet, I will also die at that moment and turn into a 1-foot ball as a natural reaction because you've made my sensitive feet insecure. I used to be terrified of sleeping in my bed when I was a lot younger, actually. I know it sounds weird again, but I used to sleep in the family room because it felt more comforting. I don't know why, it just did. And I hated to sleep in my bed because of the supposed monsters in the closet. My child mind, for some dumb reason, thought the floor was more comfy than a bed. But then there was this one night when I told myself, you know what, I'm a fully grown man now, and I need to sleep in my bed. So that summer night, like a man, I attempted none other stunt than sleeping in my bed. The thing that made it so scary is a window. And my bedroom is in the basement, and this window is under the deck from upstairs. So that means I get a really creepy view of the deck while I'm trying to go to bed. And I kid you not, in my mind it looks like a dungeon. But anyways, now that you know the setting, I'm sitting in my bed on a hot summer night, scared out of my mind that something was going to come to the window, or something was going to crawl out of the closet. And I'm scared to do anything, but I push myself through it, of course. And the worst thing happens at around 2 a.m. I have to use the bathroom. And if you don't know, if you're young like I was, and you're afraid of the dark like I was back then you should know that having to use the bathroom in the middle of the night is one of the worst things ever. But since I was a big boy, I put on my smarty pants and mustered up the strength and courage to shut my tiny bladder up the whole night. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret fear, so don't go around telling anyone. Spiders. And I don't mean your average spider. I squish spiders with my bare hands on a daily basis. I mean your massive ones that live in Australia and have the body of a human head and the legs of a yardstick. I'm not sure if those exist, but if they do, it'll probably be somewhere in Florida or Australia, and that's why I'll never go to either of those places. Heyo, thanks for watching. I appreciate that you spent the time to actually click on the video and watch it all the way through, so that's very nice of you. Thank you. Also, I've been practicing on Adobe a lot, and yeah, I figured out some buttons that made the whole thing easier, like, lip syncing with symbols, so that's an amazing feature. Also, this video would have came out sooner, but I was around halfway done with a different animation, but then realized like, hey, Halloween is right around the corner, so I decided to stop working on that one for now and do a Halloween special because it's one of my favorite holidays. But anyways, thanks for watching and have a spoopy Halloween.